favor and disgrace seem alarming. High status greatly afflicts your person. Why are favor and disgrace alarming? Seeking favor is degrading, alarming when it is gotten, alarming when it is lost. Why does high status greatly afflict your person? The reason we have a lot of trouble is that we have selves. If we had no selves, what trouble would we have? Man's true self is eternal, yet he thinks, I am this body and will soon die. If we have no body, what calamities can we have? One who sees himself as everything is fit to be guardian of the world. One who loves himself as every one is fit to be teacher of this world. Unquote. Living with an independent mind. The essential message of this 13th verse of the Tao Te Ching seems to be that it's crucial to remain independent of both the positive and negative opinions of other people. Regardless of whether they love or despise us, if we make their assessments more important than our own, we'll be greatly afflicted. Seeking the favor of others isn't the way of the Tao. Pursuing status stops the natural flow of divine energy to your independent mind. You have a basic nature that is uniquely yours. Learn to trust that Tao nature and be free of other people's opinions. Allow yourself to be guided by your essential beingness, the natural you that nourishes your independent mind. By contrast, chasing after favored status or lofty titles to display self-importance are examples of living from a mind that depends on external signals rather than the natural inner voice. The Tao doesn't force or interfere with things. It lets them work in their own way to produce results naturally. Whatever approval is supposed to come your way will do so in perfect alignment. Whatever disfavor shows up is also a part of this perfect alignment. Lao Tzu wryly points out that pursuing favor is alarming regardless of the outcome. If you gain approval, you'll become a slave to outside messages of praise. Someone else's opinion will be directing your life. If you gain disfavor, you'll push even harder to change their minds, and you'll still be directed by forces outside of yourself. Both outcomes result in the dependent mind dominating, as opposed to the way of the Tao, in which the independent mind flows freely. This 13th verse insists that ego and the need for importance are troublemakers that are energized by your in-the-world self. The way of the Tao is to be aware of your eternal nature and step outside of yourself or your body. No ego means no trouble. Big ego equals big trouble. The Tao Te Ching rhetorically inquires, if we have no body, what calamities can we have? If you ask yourself this question, you'll discover a divine invisible soul that's independent of the opinions of all the afflicted seekers populating the world. In the spirit of the Tao, your true nature will replace the pursuit of external favor with the awareness that what others think of you is really none of your business. Practice the following principles in Lao Tzu's message and gain immeasurable inner peace. You'll be in balance with the natural law of the universe, living with an independent mind in the spirit of the Tao. First, practice trusting your own inner nature. Every passionate thought that you have regarding how you want to conduct your life is evidence that you're in harmony with your own unique nature. Your fervent belief is all you need. If you're tempted to feel insecure because others disagree with you, recall that Lao Tzu counseled that seeking favor is degrading and will lead you out of touch with your true self. Give yourself permission to remember that you're not only your body, and that others' opinions about what you should or shouldn't be doing probably aren't taking into account your true eternal being. Those other people are also not only their bodies, so seeking their approval doubles the illusion that the physical is all that we are. Your worldly self isn't your true identity, so trust your eternal self to communicate with you. It will do so through your inner nature, where you'll honor it through an independent mind. Respect your vision and trust your natural, passionate thoughts that are aligned with the loving essence of the Tao. And secondly, practice being the person Lao Tzu describes in this 13th verse. Affirm the following: I am a guardian of the world, and I am fit to be the teacher of the world. Why? Because you recognize your connection to everyone and everything through an independent mind whose source is love. By living from your eternal self, you'll become a mystical teacher and guardian. The approval that your worldly self sought will be felt as what it was, the dependent mind's struggle to engage life as if it depended on external approval. Do the Tao now. Ask yourself right now, what's my own nature if I have no outside forces telling me who or what I should be? Then, work at living one day in complete harmony with your own nature, ignoring pressures to be otherwise. If your inner nature is one of peace, love, and harmony as a musical genius, for instance, then act on just that, just for today. 14th verse of the Tao Te Ching. Quote, "That which cannot be seen is called invisible. That which cannot be heard is called inaudible. That which cannot be held is called intangible. These three cannot be defined. Therefore, they are merged as one. Each of these three is subtle for description. By intuition you can see it, hear it, and feel it. Then the unseen, unheard, and untouched are present as one. Its rising brings no dawn, its setting no darkness. It goes on, unnameable, returning into nothingness. Approach it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. You cannot know it, but you can be it, at ease in your own life. Discovering how things have always been brings one into harmony with the way." Unquote. Living beyond form. Try to imagine the idea of forever, that which has never changed, that which has no beginning or end. It cannot be seen, heard, or touched, but you know it is and always has been. Think of that which even now, in this very moment, as you hear these words, is the very understanding that's within you, that essence that permeates you and everything else, yet always eludes your grasp. This primordial principle has ruled and still rules all beings. All that is or ever has been is a result of its unfolding. Lao Tzu insists that you become aware of this amorphous precept by not relying upon your senses to experience this oneness. In the opening of this verse, you're urged to see without eyes, hear without ears, and hold without touching. These three ways of living beyond form need to be a part of your awareness. These shapeless realms merge into the one world of spirit, the Tao, which creates and rules all of life. You're being encouraged to live with a total awareness of this all-encompassing principle. Some scholars have singled out this 14th verse of the Tao Te Ching as the most significant of all of its 81 offerings because it stresses the significance of the single principle that's the underpinning of all existence. Tapping into this invisible, untouchable, immeasurable force will enable you to gain the harmony that comes with being connected to the oneness, and harmony is your ultimate objective in deciding to live an inspired life. You want to learn to abandon your ego, which identifies with the world of things, possessions, and achievements, and re-enter the placeless place from which you and all others originated. By doing so, you regain the mystical, almost magical powers of your eternal source of being. Here you live beyond the world of form. When you live exclusively in form, you concentrate on accumulating in formation. This 14th verse of the Tao calls for you to immerse yourself in inspiration rather than information, to become at one with that which always has been. And as this verse of the Tao concludes so insightfully, discovering how things have always been brings one into harmony with the way. The way has no conflict in it. How could it? There's only the oneness that is a blend of the invisible, inaudible, and intangible. Imagine a world where conflict is impossible, where Lao Tzu says there's no darkness or light. The nameless source that always has been gives only the peace and harmony you desire. So recognize this infinite oneness and keep it in your awareness. You'll know that the way is simply the way when you stop questioning why things have always been the way they have. Free of the fears that attend soul identification with this world of form, you can embrace your infinite nature. That is, you can love your foreverness rather than dread that life ends with the death of your body. You, your body, and all of life are the result of the unwinding of this eternity. Here's what Lao Tzu is relating in this 14th verse of the Tao Te Ching from his 2,500-year-old perspective. First, use the technique of walking meditation to obtain knowledge of the Absolute. Stay in a persistent state of awareness of the eternal principle that animates all of life. By seeing the unfolding of God in everyone you encounter and in all of your identification with your ego-based world, you'll come to be more like him, and less like that which has tarnished your link to him. This is the alignment that will bring you back into balance and restore the harmony that is your true egoless nature. And 2, improve your vision by looking beyond what your eyes see. Whatever you gaze upon, ask yourself, what is the true essence of what my eyes reveal to me? Wonder about that magical something that awakens a tree in the springtime and places blossoms where frozen limbs existed only a few weeks before. Inquire, what is the energy behind the creation of that mosquito, or behind my every thought for that matter? Do the same thing with everything you hear as well. Those sounds emerge from and return to a silent world. Improve your hearing by listening for the quiet sounds. Awe and gratitude will grow when you embrace this forever principle. But even greater than this, you'll awaken to new possibilities that include your own divine magnificence. Your mind will free itself from a false identification with the transitory world, and you'll see the eternal in all things. Yes, Lao Tzu tells you, you'll transform your life by being in spirit. It is here that you will recognize what Rumi poetically offered some 1,500 years after Lao Tzu's powerful words. Quote, every tree and plant in the meadow seemed to be dancing, those which average eyes would see as fixed and still. Unquote. I urge you to see the dance of how things have always been in the unseen, the unheard, and the untouched present. Do the Tao now. Take note of as much invisibleness as you can when gazing at a tree, a distant star, a mountain, a cloud, or anything else in the natural world. Embrace the principle that allows it to be, and then turn it inward and do the same for your own physical existence. It is the principle that expands your lungs and beats your heart and grows your fingernails. Live in this principle for 10 minutes today and take note of how you feel connected to your source.
Thank you for staying with us until the end. If you're ready to unlock your true potential, we have a special opportunity. The Billionaire Brainwave program is designed to tap into the deepest layers of your mind to manifest wealth and success. It's a game changer for those ready to elevate their life. Click the link below to access it now and begin your journey to abundance. Keep growing, keep manifesting, and stay blessed.